Uh, Morning, y'all. Railroad Preserver 2000 here, back again out on another walk at approximately 7:30 a.m. to be precise. This is the earliest I think that I've ever managed to get out on a walk on. So, despite it being a lot cooler, I still have a bit of water with me just in case it heats up later on my walk back. Like before, I'm going to be heading up to the high school, so I just have to wait and see. Because, I mean, you never know. I might stop beforehand or I might keep going. You never know. See the sunrise there coming up. I'll see if maybe once I get to the crest of the hill here that I'll see if maybe I can see it. Can see it better. Yeah, here we go. There it is. There's the sunrise. See, there's also a really fine mist. Oh, hold on. There was a squirrel there. Yeah, there was a squirrel there on that other tree. I only caught his tail before he decided to run off. Oh well. Let me let people know when I'm live on Discord. For it's like quiet and I'm Skulls, I'm live streaming. We seem to have it. This in hometown USA. Also, not that many people awake at 7:30. Yeah, it also says that there ain't much in the way of people being awake at around 7:30 in the morning. That ain't a problem with that. No problem with that at all. Yeah, so here's the game plan. We're hoping to be able to get my school's yearbook, the class yearbooks today, because apparently they've been sending out emails and messages saying they're going to be distributing whatever we were supposed to get at graduation today. So we're going to see if we can head up there. They're distributing between 9 a.m. and I think 11 a.m. I could be wrong, but you never know. So, yeah. We're just going to have to see what happens. I'm probably going to take care of all this once I get back. So, yeah. Right. We'll wipe off the lens and prepare yourselves. There we go. You can also see the sunrise there, up over the trees. Okay. Looks like a friend of mine that I thought graduated still goes to the school I thought she graduated. Oh well. Huh. I'll be. Well, looks like I filmed that tree at the right time. They came and cut the damn thing down. What the hell? I actually like the courthouse better with the giant trees out in front of it. Really? You kidding me? Oh, Lord of mercy. Well, looks like I'll have to try and dodge the morning rush. Oh boy, I didn't want to have to do this morning. Oh well, nothing unusual. Mohammed Fahili, 2. What's up, man? Sorry if I slandered your name, I don't intend to. There we go, I should be able to pass now after these last cars get through. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I photographed that tree when I did. They came and cut it down probably earlier this morning. There's what's left right there. Oh yeah, son of a gun, look at that. Yeah, they must have done this just a few days ago too. Really? Why don't they just uproot and cut down all the dang trees around the courthouse? They're even going for the smaller ones. Damn. Alright, damn. Look at this. My, what a mess. I do not know why they're doing this. This one was not in the line of any power lines. Like, for God's sakes. Great. Might as well make the whole damn thing not have any trees or shade around it. Then there's a way to get people out walking. And yes, I'm being sarcastic as hell. Don't judge me. Damn. Well, I'm glad I photographed this one I did. That's for damn sure. Alright. Nothing I can do now except just walk. Damn. I call BS on that. General store there. Old general store. So, see, there's only one person. Anthony Bayoni. Anthony, they're cutting them down. They ended up cutting all 4 of the main ones down around the courthouse. That one there was the last one to be cut. Figures. Not much anybody can really do. So, oh well. Hold on. I'm going to tell that gentleman there to stay safe, take care. It's funny. Everyone's just saying, oh, everything will go back to normal once this virus passes. I honestly don't believe that. Like, I do believe we will go back to a sort of normal, but it ain't going to go back to a full normal. Like, I'm sure it's probably a lot of things are going to end up changing after this incident. I'm sure my economics teacher will agree that economically some things are going to be changing. For some countries, for the worst. I mean, for some countries, it's going to change for slightly worse. Some are going to change for slightly better. Just going to have to wait and see. Let me show you this. This area is always pretty early in the mornings. Look at this. I mean, the light. Look at the light, how the light is. I mean, that's pretty. This is 7:30 is about the earliest time I've ever been able to get out and walk at. So, it's... From what I remembered on the bus ride to and from school, it's always been pretty. This area has always been prettiest in the mornings. I can't explain it. It feels right. Being able to get out this early and being able to see what you see most often at a different point in a different perspective. And at a much slower pace, I might add. Thank you, Anthony. I mean, this is sort of coming from the artist in me. I mean, of course, since I do photography, this sort of thing interests me. I mean, like right here, this angle, well, minus the bush. I'll show you in a minute, since the house is for sale. I don't think anybody's living in it, but like, say, for instance, like I stand here, have the camera, like this angle right here, if you took out the, like, once you get past here, like past to where this for sale sign isn't visible, this right here would be a very pretty image of this house. If you get it from the low ground like this, well, it'd make for a rather interesting image now, wouldn't it? I probably would take a picture of it, but the problem is this phone doesn't exactly have the best of cameras when it comes to photographing stuff far off. There's another good angle. See, it all has to do with light. The light, the composition, the contrast. I mean, there's several factors that make a good photograph, and you've got to pretty much know how to combine all three. Sometimes with my photography, I end up doing that, and then there's plenty of other times where I don't. I know a lot of people have asked me, why do you edit your photos? Yes, I do edit my photos, but the only edits I usually do to them is cropping them and then correcting their light or color. That's pretty much it. I don't like to doctor the photos by using Photoshop or anything like that, because I personally, as an artist, want the viewers of my work to see what I saw when I first took the picture. I mean, I don't want to show them something that's like what you see on YouTube nowadays, which is essentially usually around the top of the hill there. It comes back, so just it'll be back. It'll be back. There's a bamboo grove right here in the middle of Georgia. Yeah, that's what this is. This is all bamboo here. All of this, all bamboo. Right, there's your proof for it right there. Well, that's Anthony. Shame. You know what's funny though is, considering I'm into trains, it's evident by my shirt. That's of Bailey Yard, or whatever that yard is up in North Platte. I first started doing photography back in 2016, but originally it was just with a camcorder, a little Canon camcorder that really did not have the best sort of lens for photographs, mainly because the lens gave everything a kind of yellowish tint. Like if you look at, say, Jesse Gillette's video of when he and I met each other at the Tennessee Valley Railroad Museum, you'll see the what do you call it? The difference between our cameras. He used a Kodak, I think DSLR. I used that Canon camcorder. You'll see which footage is mine. He puts our names around beside each of the videos, and you can see which camera has the better quality. I've since retired that camcorder. I still have it, but I've retired it. It's getting new cameras. The PowerShot and the Rebel is what I use mostly now, that and my phone. But yeah, like after that I started doing like a kind of artistic type of photography, and it really started with plants, mainly flowers, believe it or not. Heck, the first, I think, 1 or 2 photos I took were of a rose and a peach blossom. After that, I started moving out of the floral department and moved into just general photography. Photographing really what interested me, like plants, birds, trains, cars, anything that anything that had my interest or that piqued my interest. And recently, my 5th series of photos, which is still in the works, I've actually gone full circle. I've decided to have. It may not be much, but it certainly shows in the new photos, because they're of the same plants. When I photograph a rose on a rose bush at my house, it's going to be the same rose bush that was there when I first started doing photography. We're approaching the high school now. And that's probably going to be where I cut the stream off, like temporarily. Because, well, obvious reasons, people. I'm sure my mother and them were wondering, where the hell is that boy at? I'm out walking. I left both of them both a text message and a written note. So, regardless, they probably will have a good idea of where I'm at. Right, so I'm probably going to pause the stream right about here, so I will check back in with y'all in a few minutes. Until that point, this is Railroad Preserver 2000, signing out. Alright, I'm back, and, well, having my hand alongside the camera to prevent the glare. Well, I met a few of my teachers, one of my counselors. So, and I asked him, where are we getting the yearbooks? Apparently he said to come around towards the back and they direct us that way. So, yeah. I'll be back up here at like 9 to 11 a.m., depending on when my parents decide to get up and get ready, so we can head out. I'm already dressed, so I can at least come out for a walk. But that's all I'm doing with this outfit. I'm hoping I can still wear it. I doubt it, but you never know. But, yeah. You never know. So I still have to get, taken care of. Only thing I got cleaned this morning was my teeth. I'm going right here. Red Creator, what's up, man? Due to what's going on and me having to get to the school to get my stuff, it's probably going to be a bit later before I work on the Frantic. I got the lights and lamps for the lower dining room wired, but I did not get the promenade lights wired. We might have to gut the a cabin on the left and right side of the back stairwell for a kitchen/hospital, but it can be done, I think. Don't quote me on that, but we might have to do that because I don't know if we can fit any more space in the ship. Only way you could fit more space in is if you had a custom-sized workbench and could basically make the hole longer. I know you were joking about the funnels, but yeah, what do you call it? Damn, I can't speak. I think there's a way to go into the editor and increase the workbench size. That I know for me to work on the Atlanta and spawn it in, I had to do it. I know that I did it with the Creative Island. I think there's something you have to code in, like the size. There's a way to increase the size, but I don't remember how to do it. Somebody told me how, but I forgot. But I think you have to go in, there's like you look through the files and logs, there's a thing for like saying the islands, and then there's a number, and after that, a bunch of the coding, there's size, 15, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. But you can basically change it to say whatever number you need. Like say 200 or 250, for instance. That's the size that Jesse needed to increase it to in order to build the new ship he's building without having to build it in sections. That's the beautiful thing about a custom-sized workbench. You can build massive ships without having to build them in sections. The problem is before you get the block limit on them, you have to make them a mission so you can keep building and adding stuff. I know, that's an issue. Morning. Yep. Here's I didn't mean to wake up. Here's the stream. One of about 3 that I know of that are here in town. This is the lowest one. The other one's on the street I live on. The other's on the Veterans Drive. So, let us continue the walk back up the hill. Up 2 of the hills, that is. Oh, got an earthworm there. Eep. Buddy, hold still. I'm trying to get it so you don't dry out there. Well, congrats, Red Creator. Hey, Creator, were you able to go on that website I sent you? It's NVIDIA. It's the same company that put the gaming equipment into that Acer that I've got. They're not like $1 million PCs. They're actually around, say, $600 to maybe $1,000, like $1,000. But yeah, no, well, let's face it. Most animals freak out around people, so which I'm not surprised. I mean, considering how much my kind is responsible for regarding a lot of species destruction, I'm not surprised why they'd freak out. And I hate that. I really do. But there's not much I can do because there's not much anybody else can do. Because most people don't really care. Anyway. Alright, Red. Now just be sure also, if you have any money left over, I mean, you can save it or use it with the computer. Like, if that thing runs hot after doing a ton of gaming, you're going to need to get a cooling fan of some kind to place under it. If it's like a laptop, you need a cooling fan or something. So, also, I'd recommend getting a wireless mouse. I know the one I use works really well. It's a Logitech mouse. It's a wireless mouse. And it actually works, like I said just now, fairly well. It's better than what the other mice I've had. Like computer mice, not actual mice. Dear God, that'd be bad. Actually, there's a good example of a good picture. And that's actually a good example of photography, like having the light contrasting over the top half of the brick structure of the house and then it being obscured in shadow on the lower half. That actually makes for an interesting picture. And also, I believe this also would make a good photograph, having these two houses show each other, because they were built in different eras. I think that one was reminiscent of, I think 20s or the 30s. I could be wrong, and that one is represented in a much older era, but I could be wrong. We've got maybe 10 or 20 years you've got represented there, I think maybe 10 or 20 years between that home's design, style, and popularity to that one. I mean, I could be wrong on the eras. Oh, and if you're curious about how I photograph flowers, looky here. Here's how I do it. I get as close to the ground as I can, and I focus in on each flower, and then I photograph them. Of course, this time I didn't plan on taking any pictures because I've literally got to be back home at a certain point in time. So that's what I'm going to do. I need to get back home. I only intended to walk up to the school, say hi to whoever, to those I could get a chance to say hey to, and then get back and get ready, because like I knew all of them would be coming in by around 7, so I figured why not try for it. Also, you can see it's a rather pretty day today. Not much in the way of clouds. We're coming back up to that house they completely remodeled. I know, Ethan, the internet is terrible, believe me, I hate it. I didn't mean to wake everybody up at 7 o'clock this morning, but yeah, I mean, joining and leaving the stream is optional, so yeah, you'll go. Actually, I think I know what'll help. Let me reset the stream. Hold on, people. Hold on! Hello. Alright. Alright, Red, I'm gonna be impressed. Listen. Look what design elements I've taught you and use them. Make the dang thing as streamlined as you can get. Possibly, Ethan, but not now. I've got to get ready, because I don't know how long this thing will take. I don't know if they're going to give me the yearbooks and let us sign them, or if we're just going to get what we need and go. I do hope they let us sign them. I should have asked about that well in advance. Creator, no blocky furniture, no blocky halls, nothing. That thing needs to be curvy, streamlined, sleek, and fast. Also, please make it actually have a decent rudder, because the main dilemma I've got at the moment with the Frantic is I don't know where I'm going to put a rudder. So, also, I'd add some curvature towards the bottom of the hull, so there's a little bit less drag. Yeah. Because the reason, Sal told me this, and it actually makes sense. The reason why the Frantic rocks so bad back and forth is because it sits too high out of the water. So I've been also trying to ballast it at the very bow and the stern to try and force it to go down, to sit lower in the water. But that's a pain in the neck as it is. Yeah. So Ethan, I'd suggest getting ready then, just to be on the safe side. Right now I've got to try and cross this bottleneck of traffic. This will be fun. I'm being sarcastic because it is not going to be fun. It's going to be the exact opposite. Right then. Me in the mornings, everybody. Me in the mornings. It is RP2K in the mornings. Oh God. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen again, probably. Oh God, just pretend I never did that. Jesus, that was so bad. Right. Whenever we can finish it, that's all I'm gonna say, because he's still in the early design phases of it. Like, excuse me, early construction phases. I've seen it, and I'm just gonna say I was impressed. And it's a good example for what you could do if you're able to have enough time. Hold on. Oh, hold on, we got a car coming up there. And there's like multiple steps that go around. You've got that one there, and you've got two along the sides, and then you've got, there's like at least probably 7 or 8. Oh, move. Don't want to get in people's way. Hey, look at this. This here pisses me off. I mean, I'm not that mad because wouldn't have been anything I could have done, but that annoys me. Like, why cut down a perfectly good tree? I don't think it would have fallen on the power lines. I don't think anyway, but you never know. It ain't me who makes the decisions. That's, I think, the city. And it's a rather stupid one because, well, I like being able to walk up here and, walk in the shade where I wasn't sweltering because of that. I just hope they plant some saplings or something. That'd be nice. Actually, there's something interesting though. Look here. That's the bark. And look how thick and look at just how thick the bark is. And look at the tree. It's got some serious rings. I'd love to see if they could count them, see how old the trees were. Probably been here, 80, 90 years? I really don't know. But not much anybody can do now. And look at this, they've even cut down those. They just cut the tops off of those, like why? That's my question. Did some fool decide to get ticked off and say, oh, I can't see out the windows? Buddy, you're lucky you're not sweltering in the heat caused by the sun coming through those windows by these trees. I might as well show these now because for all I know, they're probably gonna go next. Like, what the heck? I preferred seeing trees around this courthouse. I grew up seeing trees around this courthouse. I mean, I've lived here since 2003, and nobody had a problem with these trees being here then. Like, why? That's my question, is why? They lost a few to a storm, and then they decide now, a few years later, oh, we'll just cut them all down. For God's sakes. So Catman 100, what's up? Forgive me, Sir Catman, but have we met before? Hold on 1 second, I'll be back. Across this bottleneck. There we go. Morning. You stay safe, sir. All right. Let's see. Oh, Parker, what's up? I know. Well, the reason I go down the road that goes to my school is because the chances of me seeing one of my teachers driving past are a lot higher. Same with students I knew. Like, I met, one who I was, hung out with at the school on one of my walks recently. And then out here I met 2 people who knew me from an earlier set of school years. And that was just before middle school. They live behind us, so they walk on this street often, so I ended up running into them. And my water sloshing about in there. Gonna need it because look at this hill. It goes down. It starts gradually going up and then it crests up there. Speaking of people out walking, there's 2 people there. That might be them. Yeah, I'm going to have to pause the live stream again. So, yeah. This is the American Legion building. Like how it's got like a sort of curve to it going down. Oh, I'm going to see if that rock I put on that little table down here in this little nook is still there. Chances are it's probably going to. No one's ever down there, apart from me. Occasion. Alright. Yep, I'm already seeing it. It's still there. Oh, there's another squirrel too. He's probably gonna run off when he sees me. Let's see. See him there. Oh, what is... Oh. Found a hornet thing. Lord of mercy. That's gonna itch later. Yep, there it is. Still there. Thought as much. Yep. Right there, exactly where I left everything. Morning. Well, basically everything's... Not really. Not really. Not everything is abandoned. It's just nobody uses this park table. It's been down here for years, and I think I'm the only one who's ever started using it. And Red, you're working with me, so yeah. Basically, take cues from what well-known creators on Stormworks have done with their ships. Like, try and make them detailed and make the details look good. I mean, make the ship in general look good. Make it look presentable. Do what I've been doing. If there's like a straight up blocky corner, streamline it. Streamline it as best you can. If there's furniture that looks too blocky, do the same thing. Streamline it. Make it actually look how furniture would look. Furniture in real life is not blocky. Depending on ornate furniture that you're wanting to put in the ship, it's not meant to be blocky. Basically, give the ship your own sort of take. Your own, I mean, you're able to basically, as far as the ship goes, if you build one where it's just completely gutted, no details, no interior, you got a blank slate to work with, and that's what Jesse does. He builds the hull and superstructure first. Then he goes in and starts building the floors, the bulkheads, the walls, the rooms, all of that. He builds that second. Then he paints everything. Then he adds lights and windows, and then he starts modeling the inside and outside, adding the bits and pieces that make the ship. Oh, looky here, boys. We got somebody coming. Or logging stuff. I tell you, whatever they're building up here, or whatever they're going to be building is going to be big. Because they're clearing out a lot of woodland, that's for sure. I know because I see log trucks going by my house every hour or so. So, yeah. This part of the walk is usually the toughest for me, which is coming back. That's usually on days where it's 80 or 90 out. In other words, when I walk later in the day. I'm not spoiling your real ship. I mean, I'm sorry if I already did it with the Frantic. I didn't mean to, but that's the good thing about only us getting it. That's the good thing about just the people, about the fact that it's only the people who are working on it that are able to build it. And you need to make it a mission, which I think is why we need to build it bigger. If I can get it in like a custom-sized workbench, I'll actually have a lot more room to work with. And heck, Sal and I could probably turn on it. Maybe make it more presentable there. Who knows? I really don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I guess. I don't know. see, it is 8:24. On a normal school day, my class wouldn't start until 8:53, so I got there at 7:53, which would be when we were dismissed to our first class. Got there right as the bell rung, which was hilarious. I joked, well, now I can actually walk to and from school, so yeah. What I should have done is walk up there at, say, maybe 12 or like around 2-ish. So that way I could start my walk back home at around the same time I would normally leave from the school, which is somewhere in the 3 o'clock range. About 14 minutes after 3, actually. They've probably changed the time, so I don't get any ideas, so. Well, Red, I mean, it's your ship. I'm just remodeling it to make it as presentable as possible. Because think about this. What if I didn't do all the remodeling work and whatnot and had it just as it, and you ended up uploading it as is? I really don't think Frantic would be that impressed. I'm sorry, but I'm being honest. That's why I stepped in and was like, essentially to myself, okay, I'm doing this. This is the first major ship remodel that I've done in about 2 years, a year or two. Because really the last major one I worked on was the Georgian Flyer. After that, I did some mild work on this hospital version of the Spamos in the Atlanta, but that's it. This is the first ship where I've done a complete and total remodel job on the whole dang thing. As far as making details more presentable, making the ship itself more presentable, yeah. Well, what you want to do with the thumbnails is, you want to go into photo mode on the ship. Oh, there goes Tom, my stepdad, he's leaving, hold on. I've got to pause the stream, I'll be back very shortly. Yeah, that was my stepdad, he's going off to work, so. Oh, we got another car coming right there. A lot of squirrels out this morning from what I can see. But yeah, Jesse goes into photo mode after he's spawned the creation in and gotten it out of the dock, like far out into the ocean. That's when he goes and starts taking photos in photo mode. That's the camera icon. You hit P to unpause the game, and then hit it again to pause it in order to take the picture. But you can hide the GUI, and what you do to take a picture in the game is hit F12. I don't remember how you access screenshots. I think you go through your files and you can access them. And if you create a desktop shortcut, that makes it easier. But you want to make the screenshots look, well, good. Find angles that are unique, or find angles and lighting angles that look good to you. Take photos of the interior with the lights on. I think you could even take photos of the sinking if you planned on including a sink feature. But, yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Now, I'm going to have to end the stream since I'm getting literally right up towards the house, so I will see y'all later. Railroad Preserver 2000, signing out. Ow, there go my glasses.